still exists outside the March of Ages.
It's been all of 390 years. I guess you guys have been busy, huh? Hi! Oh. Later! Funny, you lose your temper and the whole future changes. We realized we couldn't let that happen. We had to levitate Cocoon using only human technology. He's right, you know. Have you seen that broken gate in the town? Well, it's all fixed and working normally. Yes, I think so. And look what I found. It was lying next to the gate. That's what we figured. Thought we'd save you the trip. Sometimes, when it looks like all hope is lost, people can turn against each other. They end up full of hate. But really, when they stop and think about it, they're making themselves sad for no reason. Director, what are you looking at me like that for? Huh? It's okay. We all knew. We wanted to help anyway. That was always in the back of your mind, wasn't it, Director? If we abandoned the old Cocoon, maybe you could free your friends. Or am I wrong? See ya? So, I guess this isn't really goodbye then, is it? But in the new future that you wish to build, I no longer exist. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Huh? So what if he did? What's going on? Give that back! Let go! Thanks. Oh, Sarah! It is you! Alyssa Zaidelle. I'm an Academy intern. I heard you apprehended our 2 observers, so here I am. Yes, they're invited guests of the Academy. I was showing them around and forgot to give them their communicators. I'll supply you both with comm devices. Right this way, please. Oh, no. Sorry about all that observer nonsense back there. Lucky for us, that soldier was so quick to believe me. Yeah? You'll need an ID to travel any further into the ruins. Here, take this communicator and keep it with you at all times. I saw you 2. I saw how you got here through that thing. Huh? Yes, it is a kind of gate. It links to another world, doesn't it? Nice to finally have some clue what these things are for. I do have questions, yes, about the gate and about the paradox. You will? Great! This is it! This is the place! It's my friend's. She died here, running from the purge. I thought I might be, but that's not my name. And me? I'm one of those who survived. 5 years ago, the entire town of Bodum, it was wiped out by the army. I was there, visiting my friend. Then everything went to hell. We ran and hid with the other fugitives. But just as the troops were pulling out, that's when the ceiling of our hiding place collapsed. Ever since then, I've had the same dream. I'm trapped under rubble. It's dark. I'm in pain and I can barely breathe. The next thing I know, I rise out of my body and I'm standing before this grave. And the name written on the stone, it's mine. After seeing that image so many times, I started to think that maybe I did die back then, and the life I'm living now is just an illusion. Real enough, I guess. Director! Even if they all forget, I never will. What happened? Did the prophecy get rewritten? When is Cocoon supposed to fall? How many years? Is it soon? Oh, that's a long time from now. I mean, none of us will even be alive to see it. Yeah, but how? You think you can go to the time when it falls and hold it up yourselves? Do you even have a gate to take you there? Nice to meet you. Alyssa? I am a duplicate of the Alyssa Zaidelle entity. My design is based on her biophysical data. My apologies. I must recalibrate my previous greeting. It appears that you are acquainted with the original. A fabricated life form, or a living machine. The semantics are irrelevant. Of course, this way. The Kai's entity came through recently, accompanied by a green-eyed girl. They were proceeding to the top of the tower. This way, please. This was an effect of the paradox. You just witnessed an event that took place on this spot 187 years ago. During the Proto-Fal'C development project, the artificial intelligence and humans came into conflict. Yes, after the tower was completed. I'm afraid so. You two have seen it now. You've seen the forbidden history. People who know too much have to be buried. Director, help! There you are! What were you thinking? Taking off and leaving me all on my own? Being able to see the future is awfully dangerous. It can mess with people's heads. No, they were destroyed because they could see the future. Oh! Come on, Director Hope! I want to show them! It's okay to show them, isn't it? So, I bet you're dying to know how we came to the future, huh? These 400 years haven't been kind to it. At this rate of erosion, we can expect the pillar to topple within the next century. If she gives too much information to you, it could change the path of history. You could think of her silence as a sign that everything is going as planned. The effect is caused by the creation of a powerful gravitational field and, well, essentially we just slept as the outside world flashed forward into the future. You've heard about the time capsule we used? It's a device that slows down time only for its occupants. Unfortunately not. And considering it broke down after a single use, I doubt it'll prove to be a popular method of time travel. Hey, Sarah, after coming to the future myself, I think I understand how you must feel. The Academy has welcomed us with open arms, and we can research as we always have, but sometimes I get these terrible anxiety attacks. Oh, the director was there with me. Please, Sarah, you have to let me apologize for the way I treated you in the past. Maybe you can't forgive me for that, but I hope as fellow time travelers, we can face the future on friendly terms. The Academy has made progress on its investigation into the 13th Arc. At this stage, there is good news and there is bad news. We've discovered that the Ark's reactor is powered by an ore cluster known as the graviton core. By collecting these, there's a possibility that the new cocoon will be up in the sky in no time. Did I tell you? The director is inventing a new device. I'll put together some data on graviton cores. Check in with the Academy front desk. But, Director, didn't you say you were missing a certain material? You're leaving for another time period. We'll miss you. It's all coming together. It's so exciting. Caius, is he really that powerful? Once you're done correcting history, I won't just suddenly up and disappear, will I? Oh my, you're serious? Wow, this must have been tough to find. We'll be putting it to good use, though. You've brought us another cluster? Thank you so much. I mean it. I can't believe it. You found a graviton core. If you don't mind, I'll just take a sliver for my research. Oh, thanks to you two, we almost have all the cores we need. The technology to raise the new cocoon into the sky is already there. As soon as we have all the graviton cores, we'll have the power source we need. Hey, Mog! Have you been a brave little Moogle? Thanks again. What would we do without you? If we have 3 more graviton cores, we'll be able to float the new cocoon. Once we have a chaos crystal, we should be able to develop a new weapon. Something happened while I was asleep in the time capsule. In my dream, I heard a man's voice that I didn't recognize. We almost have all the cores we need. Just 1 more to go. It felt like he was really there. We just need to track down 2 more graviton cores. How goes the search? You know what I heard? They might be shutting down this site pretty soon. It's all because of Atlas. It's too unsafe with him around. But there's still so much I want to explore. Here's hoping Atlas stops moving. Then we could get to the bottom of this whole paradox business. It's not easy, though, with all these things they keep throwing at me. I'm still a trainee. I mean, I've got my exam to prepare for. That fluffy little bat of yours is so cute! Is that some kind of new fad pet? I don't suppose you've learned anything about Atlas. If you notice anything suspicious, let us know. I'd heard your name before, you know. There are some people who haven't forgotten what the Lassie started on Cocoon. Sarah Farron.
We're sifting through the ruins to see what hidden technologies we can dig up. Since the Fal'Cie lost their power, human science is all we have left to rely on. There's something I just have to make sure of. They can't seal off the ruins. Not yet. They still deal with threats the same way. The government didn't learn anything from the Purge. Maybe I'll tell you about it. You see, it's sort of a personal thing. There used to be a cemetery in the ruins, but now it's gone. Sarah, you should take this more seriously. If you come across any gravestones, let me know. It's driving me crazy. I think there may be a cemetery somewhere in the ruins. Please tell me if you think you found it. It scares me, but I have to know. Well, no one can say for sure. It's like they'd always been there, and one day we finally noticed. Everyone has their own opinion on this particular subject. Are they portals to another world, or just basic teleporters? We know they have a powerful warping effect on the surrounding area's temporal stability. Perhaps you're right, but maybe the opposite's true. Maybe that energy caused the gates to appear. No. I'm not sure I can tell if you're being serious or not. That's one of our theories. Like, maybe there's a Fal'Cie we don't know about, who built these gates as a way to invade Cocoon. If a gate leads to another reality, does that mean there's another me somewhere in that world? I think about it sometimes. I mean, maybe I don't really exist, and I'm just a character in the real me's dream. And if that's true, then I better make the most of it before I wake up. We've detected a large energy surge in the center of the ruins. Another unknown device has appeared. Some say that time is a box full of possibilities. Until someone from the future peeks inside, the past remains uncertain. And I think this paradox phenomenon is happening because someone in the distant future can't decide whether or not to flip the lid. You know what I think? Maybe we're just one of those possibilities, waiting for the box to be opened. Even the army's having a hard time with Atlas. If you want to take him on, be my guest. That's great news! I'm on my way! Ugh, finally! Can you hear me now? It looks like Atlas is starting to slow down a little.
Forgive me. I was just so glad it wasn't my name on there. I wish it wasn't yours either. Thank you. I'll head back after I've said my goodbyes. Thank you. You've helped me see that I can overcome any experience, no matter how terrible.
Oh, don't stress about it. That guy's a pushover. Anyway, it is true that you two are important guests. Right this way, please. This is what's left of an ancient cocoon city. We're hoping to uncover some buried technology. I'm Alyssa Zaidelle, an academy trainee, and this is where I'm going to make my big discovery. I'm not sure I want to tell you yet. You'll just have to trust me. I told you that was a cover. I'm just a trainee looking to make it big.
Director, who are you waiting for?
Final Fantasy XIII-2, the story so far.
With paradoxes, anything's possible. Long time no see, but not really. Strange, huh? Until someone from the future peeks inside time, the past remains uncertain. Do you remember talking about that? Paradoxes are space-time entanglements, differing possibilities sealed in a box. When an observer peers into the future and corrects its contradictions, possible past histories collapse into a single timeline. And it works the other way, too. Twist the future and the whole of space-time backwards and forwards gets bent out of shape. Oh, we just met again, and now you're gonna leave? You got it.
What's the big rush?
I still find it hard to believe, though, that my memories can just change like that. We've got work to do. Yes, everyone is a duplicate, an artificial life form. I'll show the way. Isn't that right, Director? Nice save, Director. I'm assisting the Director with his research. We're analyzing the gate mechanisms and the paradox effect. I'd say the institution has grown considerably since the last time we met. Without the fallacy around, we have to be able to protect ourselves. And that means guns. How long has it been? 5 years? You two haven't changed at all. Sarah, please tell me you're joking. I'm the same Alyssa Zaidelle you met in the Brescia ruins. The only difference is I'm not a trainee anymore. Ruins are places where memories gather like dust. Uh-huh. So you were just playing along the whole time, not even knowing who I was, is that it? So many layers of time. Probably the easiest place for a paradox to occur. I've got to say, you're cleverer than you look. This eclipse is so unusual. We've made significant progress these past 5 years. This is the front line of paradox research. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. The gate acts as a conduit for another space-time to leak through. The appearance of a gate. At least, that's the theory. When two different space-times collide, that's when we see the paradox effect. How did I know you were going to ask that? Yes, we found a gate. But before you disappear again, Director Estime has something he really thinks you should see. Our military forces are on standby for just such a possibility. A parallel world with a history that veered away from ours. Similar, but not the same. We could be facing an invasion from another reality. And what's that supposed to mean, Director? Well, anyway, that was the dominant theory 5 years ago. But now few people support it. You know, I wish you'd said where and when you were from the last time we met. The paradox is our focus, but we're conducting research on ancient technologies as well. We can't let any resource go to waste. The whole place was in an uproar after you suddenly disappeared. I'm so glad Mog is still with you. I like him. Keep this to yourself, but we're working on a method that will let us travel into the future. A method that doesn't require any special abilities like you guys have. In a powerful gravitational field, the flow of time slows down. You could go to sleep for a day, and outside 100 years would pass. It should be possible to build a device to exploit that effect. So, did you figure out where the gate was located? I think I'm a bit jealous of you, Sarah. You can travel to the past or the future, and if you find somewhere you like, you can just stay there. Well, of course you are.
They're portals, and they lead to a different space-time. That's my theory.
Oh, hi. Still wandering around the ruins?
Also, they scare me. Somewhere beyond those gates is a truth that I don't think I want to know.
How about we don't do that? If I get caught lying, it won't help my career plans.
You seem awfully sure of yourself. Maybe you came from a different time period, huh, Noel?
But you've earned your position, Director. Yes, but age has nothing to do with seniority. But pretty soon, I'm sure he'll be taking charge of the entire institution. When I was still a trainee, Director Estime was already leading a full team. I would say he's one of the academy leaders. Whatever do you mean by that? Flattery will get you everywhere. These other factors, like Atlas and the Fal'Cie Fenrir, can be thought of as nothing more than paradox side effects. The cause of the paradox is more likely the existence of the time gate. Oh, and please don't try to take down Fenrir. If that thing falls on us, we're done for. We didn't start working together until sometime after I met you in the Brescia ruins. After reading my report, the director offered me a position on his research team as his main assistant.